OK， 大家午安，欢迎大家来到今天下午的 GNOME Asia 的场次。OK， 这一场 session 是由我们的阿 Ken 为我们讲解所谓的 bug 的部分。这个呢，在座有写过程式的，大概都深刻了解到什么叫虫哦，还是那种实体的昆虫也有体验过的。OK， 那在GNOME 的部分的话呢，我们会有一个叫做 Buglila 的系统，那是专门来 tracking 所有的GNOME 相关的 bug 的部分。那阿 Ken 他目前任职于 Novell， 那是最近这一两年来非常关注在于 GNOME 相关的 bug 的部分。那很多 bug 也是他亲自去处理的。那接下来我们请大家用掌声欢迎我们的阿 Ken。
Welcome first of all, and thank you to all for coming for this talk. My talk is about Bugzilla, Bug Squad and GNOME 3. So here I will be representing the GNOME Bug Squad team, and I will give more inputs about what the Bugzilla is, what the Bug Squad, how it works, and how we can contribute more to the GNOME, how we can add more people in the GNOME Bug Squad team. So I will just start with my presentation, and these all are the topics which I will cover during my presentation. So I will try to cover it like in 40-45 minutes, so that we can open up it for question answers or discussions, and feel free to ask questions in the middle of presentation also. Means there is no need to wait till the end of the presentation. So these are the mainly topics which I will be covering in next 40 minutes. As you already told something about me, but just a little bit introduction about myself. I basically work for Evolution, which is an email client, and I do bug triaging. And bug triaging, it's like across the GNOME components. So, and means any of you or how many of you use GNOME as a desktop? Okay. Anyone for Evolution, like they use Evolution or any other email client, Thunderbird or Outlook? Nobody? Okay. That's Evolution is like a default email client for GNOME. So when you install the GNOME, then Evolution will be by default there. And when we compare, it's like Outlook, which we use in Windows for connecting to the Exchange servers or other IMAP servers. It's same application in GNOME. So if you want to configure your Gmail account, or if you want to configure your Exchange server, or if you want to configure with IMAP, you can use Evolution. And it supports calendaring, contacts, mailer, everything. And this is my email address. I work for Novell, so lakhil@novell.com, and this is my GNOME contribution ID, so lakhil@gnome.org. IRC nick is lakhil, so you can find me on #bugs and #evolution channel on GIMP.net. Now, moving next about bug triaging, the first thing will be what is the Bugzilla. So Bugzilla is basically a bug tracking system where we store the information related to bugs, and it's like open source project, and it's a Mozilla initiative. It's like freely downloadable, and we can we can download it, install it. I will be talking about GNOME Bugzilla. So Bugzilla URL for GNOME is bugzilla.gnome.org. This is the front page of GNOME Bugzilla, how it looks like. So here you can see the three main things. You can file a bug, you can search for any bug, and you can change your user preferences. So user preferences basically will be, do you want to get mail when the Bugzilla, there is any update on Bugzilla, or what sort of mails do you want to get? Do you want to attach to any product or any component? If there is any update, or if any new bug has been filed, do you want to get update? So all these sort of settings you do in user preferences. Moving next, As we know about the Bugzilla, so the next thing will come is what is bug triaging. So the main point which comes in bug triaging is whether the bug has enough information for developers and makes sense. So basically, in simple words, what it means is the type of bug which is basically, if it is a crash report, then it should have the stack trace from where we can find out whether in which function it's crashing, and after that information only any developer will be able to fix that. So enough information for a crash report will be having a stack trace with debug info symbols, so that it gives you function, line number and everything. The second thing is changing the severity and priority of the Bugzilla. So of bug. So I will discuss more about these fields in coming slides. The third point comes in the bug triaging is whether it's a right bucket or not. So what I mean here by right bucket is, so if you see like you will be using any application, let's say like if Evolution you are using, Evolution depends on more than 50 libraries of GNOME. So it may be like you are getting crash or any function is not working in Evolution. It won't be a major problem of Evolution. It can be a dependent library problem. So any user who is not experienced enough will file the bug against Evolution as a component. But when you are doing triaging, you can find out the right cause of that bug. So you can move to the right component. Second thing could be like maybe you are using GNOME application, but application depend on the libraries which are out of scope of GNOME. Maybe like you are using Firefox as a GNOME desktop, but you get the crash, and that crash will be maybe related to Mozilla libraries or some other libraries. So as a user, if he is filing report in gnome.bugzilla, then it's like if you should move that bug to the right Bugzilla, or if user is not aware, you should guide that maybe mozilla.org is the right place where you should file the bug, so that that bug get proper attention. If it's in the GNOME Bugzilla, that nobody will care because they are working on a GNOME project. So it's as a bug triaging as a responsibility like to find the right place for that bug, so that the bug get addressed in the right time and by the right people. Moving ahead, so I just like told about the 3 points which we should consider in the bug triaging, and now it's like this is just a screenshot of when a bug gets filed, all these options will be available. So in the bug triaging, what we do, or what bug triagers do, is to concentrate more on these fields. So I will just start with the product, as it's just the example for Evolution. So if you see like the product is Evolution, as I said, like it can be due to Evolution or it can be due to some other dependent libraries. So the first thing will be to move that product into the right category. So move, if it's not Evolution related bug, then move it to the right, maybe GTK, glib or some other application. The component, it is a sub part of a product. Like Evolution, as Evolution it supports mail, calendar, contacts, memo. So basically if you are filing a bug in Evolution, maybe at a user level you won't be aware like it's a calendar problem or it's any other problem. So next thing will be to move to the right component. If you go further down, then the version. So it's important to find the correct version of a product which user is using, because as a bug squad or as a GNOME policy, after 6 months, when release is old of 6 months, we usually consider is a not supported release. So if user is using current release but he is filing against old release, then it will be a problem later, because that bug will be considered as an obsolete or not supported one. The next point will be OS. So a bug like there are different distro, they have different application, they have different way of building. So in the OS there will be many things like Linux, or maybe that GNOME application if people are using in Windows, or it's a Open Solaris bug, or it's a BSD or any other. So in the OS, it's like the correct OS version should be mentioned. About the importance part. So in importance we consider two fields. One is severity and one is priority. So what does severity means? Severity means basically the functional aspect of that bug. means what the function failure related to that bug. In severity, we have blocker, critical, major, normal bugs. So what blocker means? Blocker means if the application is not working and user can't use it, then it's a blocker. So that blocker bug should be fixed as soon as possible to make user again use that application. The second severity will be critical. So in critical, it will be any memory leak is there, any crash is happening, or any big data loss. So those bugs will be considered critical. Though these bugs are important for a product, but maybe not as critical as we have a blocker. Next will be major. So some functionality is not working, or the normal user interface it has any problem. So those bugs will be considered in major. The next is priority. So in priority, it's like the bug is important or not. So this field is more important for as a developer's point of view, because if you see like in GNOME Bugzilla, as a default policy, all the critical bugs, all the crashes which are filed will be critical bugs. So there will be 1000 bugs which are critical because they are crashes. But in the priority field, you can define that this crasher is important or more than immediate or something, so that it gets a good idea as a developer level that whether it's he should take care of that bug, when he should take care of the bug. It gives more idea about the actual state of any bug. So in priority, like there will be immediate, which should be fixed as soon as possible. Then there will be urgent. So all these fields like consider it will be useful for any developer who search for bugs, the right bugs before releasing any product. Target milestone is also useful for developers. In that they mention that by this release or by next release or when they will be able to fix the bug, so that they can target the right set of bugs. If you move further, the keyword is an important part of any bug. So I will just I have the screenshot of keywords which we use in Bugzilla. Basically, keywords are entered in Bugzilla database. So here you can't modify any keyword. You need to use keyword